another? Is it a guitar? You gonna play any other? It's 8:49. We're wrapping up in probably 10 minutes, so probably not. Get the 7V clone out. Yeah, it's close. It's right there. All right, now who's texting me? I think we might have a visitor. It's funny. I think I get no text, then all of a sudden I get a text, and now I'm getting like a bunch of other texts. So unprofessional. It's like TK and Baker. God, look at this. This is like pathetic. All right, so we may have a visitor. How much for the Kiss poster? I think I bought it for about $2.50. How many times can I play that riff? He can do it in his sleep. Please plug in the Viper. No, I can't. Please do a review of S-Gear. You know, I want to. Play one AC/DC song before I go? Yeah. All right, I think. Are you on here?
I am on. Can you hear me?
Are you here, Lewis?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I don't think I can hear you.
Testing. No audio?
Do I have to like accept you somehow? Do I have to say present to everyone?
Testing. Can you hear me? Testing.
They say they can see you.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Can hear him. Can you hear They hear TK? You know what the problem is, TK?
What's that?
I can't hear you.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. I hear you.
I'm gonna need you to sign. I literally. Now I wonder how could I get
That's
this?
weird that everybody could hear me, but you
Hmm.
can't hear me.
Now I have that there. Could I somehow? Okay, you volume here. Mute microphone. You're there. Screen share. They're saying you're loud,
I'm loud.
but yeah, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I don't know where the controls are in here. Hang on.
Why can't I
Toolbox.
hear you?
Testing. You know,
Oh
there's
wait,
such
I think I heard you for a second. Now they're saying the camera is only TK on now.
Really?
Are they saying is it only him now and you can't hear me?
Did I just like
Well,
completely?
this is going down.
Ay,
The
ay,
problem
ay.
is I don't have a. How do I get this to give me a mute microphone? Turn camera off. Apply any settings.
How about now? Do they see you now?
Just TK. I think they can only see you now.
Oh, that's weird. That's really weird.
I don't know. Can they see me? Can hear both of you.
I'll turn my camera off.
Reboot the internet. Uh-oh, where'd TK go?
I'm still here.
There he is. I can't. Problem is I can't hear. How do I get your? Oh God. Then they could see me, but then they can't hear me. Check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. So if I have over here, and I have this here. Check. TK?
I hear you.
You hear me?
Yes.
I hear you now.
All right.
The problem is am I echoing? Let's see if I echo.
I don't hear an echo. I hear you very clearly.
Okay. They see TK and you hear us both.
Can they see us both?
I think so. So when I play, can you see and hear me? And now when TK talks, can you see TK?
Testing. Can you talk, Pixie?
They're saying they can only see you. They can probably just see me. I thought I had this set to auto, but for whatever reason,
If you click on the the image in the lower right hand corner, is any of them selected, like a white box selected?
Oh, it might be. Yeah.
So unselect both of them.
Okay. Now back. Now is it now? Now okay. Now I think they're seeing us.
Okay.
I think so.
So
Problem
now,
is there's such a delay.
right.
You know. Now they're
So,
saying TK only.
like if I click on you, there's a white box and you show up. But if I unclick on you, there should be no white box at all. Do you have no white box at all?
Yeah, I have no white box at all. Now, see, I think now it's following the audio. It should follow the audio.
It should.
They're saying my guitar isn't loud. Maybe I gotta just turn my volume here. I think we just lost about a dozen people.
Oh man, dude, I'm sorry.
No. Technical.
Let's go back to
So
you.
you just seen TK? You're not. So what is the? I might have. All right. Why don't you talk now and see if it goes to you?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
That seemed to work for me. That's working for me.
That switched it over.
Yeah, that seems to do it. You know what I think? I think I had set you to presenting, which means it's locked on you.
Ah, okay.
In other words, we're having a discussion, but you're the presenter.
Oh, I'm watching it now. It is I think it's working now.
Yeah,
All right.
computers making life easier.
It works. There it is.
There it is. So how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. I'm
Yeah.
doing okay. It's that weird time of year, where we're spending money on stuff that we wouldn't otherwise spend money on,
I know the feeling.
you know.
I don't know if you saw it. I was showing this earlier.
Dude, I buy my kids the video games and they play it for like the first 15 minutes and they abandon it for the rest of the year. And then like friends come over, they're like, Dad, hook it up. I'm like, I have no idea how to hook this stuff up. I was never really big into video games, but video games, swagways, just all this like high ticket stuff that brings me no joy at all.
Yeah, we started out with the Wii, and then I want to say not last year, but the year before we got the Wii U, and then last year we got the Xbox 360.
Okay.
And they've been using that Xbox 360 so much that we finally just went for the Xbox One.
Okay. What's the difference?
About $200. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they, you get what they want, and that's what they wanted. And I think it's really because Minecraft is sort of locked up on that, and they really wanted.
I think we have Xbox 360, which has Minecraft. That was the reason why we bought Xbox 360 was for Minecraft.
Right. I'm actually.
Meanwhile, they could play it on their iPads, they could play it on the computer, but it needed to be on Xbox. Go figure.
Yeah, they keep telling me, oh, on Xbox it looks better. There's more features. There's more this. There's more that. I'm like, okay, all right.
True Shack is on. True Shack, what's going on, dude?
Oh, you know what? Send Robert Baker a link. Can you shoot him a link?
Yeah,
I don't have an email for him. You probably
you read my mind. I'm going to send it to him right now.
Yeah. They're saying you're way loud. They say you should turn your volume down.
I don't have a way to do that because it's the cam. It's like the volume on the cam.
Oh, I see. I bet it's compressed too.
You know
what I'm saying? It's probably like one of those true audios where they try to get
Oh,
the
okay, I could do it. Hold on. How's that? Did my volume go down or no?
I think you sound a little better.
No, that was your volume.
Oh.
I just raised your volume. Oh, hold on. I think you would control my volume, maybe.
Can I control your volume from here?
Yeah, go to the toolbox.
I might be able to. All right, try talking.
Testing. Yeah, I just got a pop that said Pixie Lixxx adjusted your audio level.
Oh, nice.
So it's up to 11.
I'm getting it's up to 11 now.
Nice.
We got a couple of things going here. Geez, just when I thought I was out, you pulled me back in.
Nice. So I saw this. I was telling you, I saw this Buddha amp, and they have the ridiculous $1,900 sticker on it. And he was telling me if I make a phone call, I could probably get it down to 12, which tells me, maybe he could get it to 8.
Right.
Because they're not only is it Christmas time, but they're moving, so they want everything to go. But you know what, man? I don't need another amp. It's just it's so nice. It's purple. It's I get as attracted to the aesthetic of the amp as the the tone.
Yeah, it's one of the things you don't need another amp, but you didn't need probably your second amp. But,
yeah. You're right. I was watching. Robert said he'll be here in a second. I was watching Joe Bonamassa play some ZZ Top stuff live at I don't know some place in England, and you know what? He had some like Marshall Plexi style amps behind him, and his tone was so rich, and it was like what you really don't need half of. And I'm not just speaking for myself. Probably lots of folks. We just don't need all the stuff we have. The stuff we have makes it fun though. It's the journey.
Yeah.
But if you're just a straight up true musician, you don't, you just need a good amp, a couple of good guitars, and you should be all set.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, how many do you really need?
You need a Strat, a Les Paul, a Super Strat, whatever.
Yeah. Maybe a couple.
It's tough though. It's especially, the selection is so vast and the prices are, you could get great guitars for a great price today. I don't know if you caught my chat, but you were saying earlier about you really love the Invade. I love that guitar. Dude, I paid like $800 for that guitar.
Right. I thought people were saying I'm a hair low. I'm just turning my level up a hair. I love that Ingve. I tell you, I've been gassing on it for like about 2 weeks now. And like I said, it's not the yellow with the maple, which is the most common. That is sort of the real signature Ingve. Mm-hmm. It's because it's the rosewood with the candy apple red. It's just so different.
Oh, that's the one you want?
Yeah.
Is that Japanese made or American?
No, it's American.
Because I did a lot of research and they said the Japanese made ones, I could draw, hold on. They said the scallop was not done correct. Hold on. I'll draw you a picture. So on the American, if this is a fret, it's, can you see that?
Yeah.
But they said on the Japanese, they have the fret and then the wood goes like that, this one. So it never really, you never really benefit from the scallop because it's not from fret to fret. It's just like a little U shape in the middle of the fret, which they're saying defeats the purpose.
Right.
So as soon as I learned that, because I thought the Japanese were always a great deal, and Japanese craftsmanship is always good, but it's very well known that they didn't scallop those necks properly when they did them in Japan.
Well, they probably wanted to leave a lot of meat where the fret hammers in.
Correct. But you're missing. So like when you push down on the fret, it actually touches the wood, which is, you've just defeated the whole purpose of what that guitar is supposed to do.
And then when I did my Ibanez, I remember I brought it to a luthier to help me put in the inlays back in because I tore out the inlays. And he looked at it, he goes, "Good luck refretting this," because I took away so much wood up to the fret. He's like, you might have trouble pulling these out and getting them back in again. And he goes, "There's not a lot of surface area next to this." I was like, "Oh, geez, I didn't even think of that."
Yeah, you live and you learn.
Right.
But I like that guitar because it's there's no other guitar like it. It's unique. And for me, I wanted the one with the DiMarzios. I've actually played the one with the Duncans, and I like Duncans, but I just don't think it's right for that guitar.
The one I'm looking at has got the DiMarzios as well. It's got the older, not the new Duncan YJMs, but the older DiMarzios, yeah.
So how much is the one you're looking at?
$10.50.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more. I think it's $50 or $100 more than a couple of the other ones, but the other ones are the yellow.
Yeah,
so they're more common.
Yours is more rare.
Candy apple, yeah, because it's candy apple. They wanted that extra $50, that extra $100.
Yep. Sometimes I just did this thing on Eddie Van Halen guitars and a little vlog video, and I pointed out that the Stripe series, the red one, is $100 more. So it was a little tongue in cheek that.
I remember you were saying that. You got to remember when they make the red one, now it's a phase process instead of 2 because it's 3 colors. Right. So instead of just doing 2 colors, so you spray, you mask, you spray, you're done. Mm-hmm. You have to spray, mask, spray, mask, spray.
Yeah. So someone's got to pay for that extra little bit of. So my whole tongue in cheek was, I guess, red paint cost $100 more. But I get it. I get it. Trying to have fun with the facts.
Is Baker here?
Looks like he's coming on.
So we better get this party started.
I'll be right back. I'm going to.
All right.
I'm a little empty here.
Do I have to say? Do I have to say he can join?
I'll be right back.
I don't know. Do I have to join him? I don't think so. He was invited to join. Rabbit.
You have to invite me.
You have to, oh, there he is. I did.
From the cool background of the living room.
Oh, look at you.
Only the coolest.
Look at you. Look who's out of the anemone. What's that from? Finding Nemo?
Yeah. I had to fight through all the pillows on the couch.
Nice.
All the holiday stuff everywhere.
Yeah. Have you done any Christmas shopping yet?
Yeah, we actually did all of ours last month.
Wow.
We got it. It's like the first year ever. Normally we're literally out on Christmas Eve shopping. Is my volume too loud or anything?
No, you sound great.
Okay.
I'll let the guys and there. You when you move around, I'm getting a little bit of a clicky clack. So I'm gonna need you to like hold still.
So, why are you not looking behind you for this one? Why does that say?
Why, you're looking behind you for Baker. He's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there he is.
There he is. There you are.
I think I'm coming through in stereo. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, am I coming full through?
Hey, Gary's here. Gary's a student of mine.
Is he really? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Quite a few people. Gary, Paul. Okay, maybe not quite a few. Two. Oh, two. That's further. What was the patch? The England fire spear or whatever.
Yeah, it was called Burn Sphere. You just entered the Burn Sphere. We can't call it Fireball. That's trademarked. Wait. Fire, burn, ball, sphere, Burn Sphere.
Burn Sphere. That's like around here we have a store called Myers, and they have like their store brand pop, and instead of a Mountain Dew, they have one called Rocky Mist, and I'm just like, yes,
Pop.
so deep.
I believe
Yeah,
it means
pop.
tonic.
Or should I say soda?
Soda. Soda. Never soda pop. And never, ever just pop. That's what you get growing up in the Northeast.
Says Robert, don't move your earplugs. The controls on the cable contain the mic. Does it?
I think it does somewhere. Yeah, that long white thingy.
Huh, I just thought that like turned songs when you had a
No,
plug.
that is the
Cheers,
mic.
gentlemen. Cheers.
Oh, look who's back.
All right.
Got a little Snapple sweet tea going on.
Oh,
The Three Stooges are here.
look who's living large. Nice.
Robert.
TK. Oh yeah, you weren't here when I got here.
So, Robert and I were chatting last night. I took a guitar lesson at like 2 a.m.
Wow. Last thing I'm ready for at 2 a.m. is a guitar lesson. I would have been nodding off.
You know, I just lost focus of just all the cool stuff I did because 30 pedals just like put me under. And now I'm just starting to regain my sanity. I want to do cool things like take lessons and just keep it light, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we both like. Took like a week of just like nothing. Like no more videos for a week.
Total decompression,
Mm.
you know? So is that, Pixie, I asked you, I don't know if you answered. What was that white guitar you had back there?
The white one, which
You had like a Les Paul guitar in the back.
this one right here.
Yeah, what is that?
Right there. That is
Yeah.
my Ibanez.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's the old 76 Ibanez.
Oh,
What did they used to call them? I forget. Like Good Old Days or something? Part of the Good Old Days collection?
good old days. Nice.
You know.
I I want and I have no idea why. I want the Iomi, the new one. And it doesn't even play that good. I actually played it in a Sam Ash and it was like, but I have the older Iomi. I wanted the newer one.
What's the difference?
The crosses run all the way up the fretboard.
Oh, right. The other one skipped the first fret, right?
No, the other one only had 5 crosses.
Okay.
It only went up to like the 8th fret.
Right.
I
I think we lost Robert.
That was Robert gone.
I think we lost him.
Slap Capstan says this is starting to suck now, Pixie.
All right, hold on. Ready? All right, I think we have a question here for you, Tone King.
So, Relic guitars. You know, I don't own any Relic guitars. I like new, sparkly, clean, shiny guitars.
Right.
That Relic is cool. When we buy guitars, usually we buy guitars because it brings us. It's kind of like a time machine. It brings us back to a certain place in time, makes us feel a certain way. I've never really wanted a guitar that looked like it came off the Woodstock stage, if that makes any sense. But to maybe some that works. For me, my opinion,
Here's what I find. The real good relics are too expensive for most people to
Hey,
afford.
Flipside's on. Look at that. I'm wearing a Flipside shirt.
Look at you.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
I think that relicking is a far more complicated process than the dummies on Craigslist give it credit. And what I see is beautiful guitars just sanded down, like that look like no guitar ever wears out like that. The guys who do it at Fender, they really know what they're doing, and it's a very nuanced technique, which is like wet sanding and making very soft dings and all this stuff. They're not just taking a grinder and a screwdriver to it, and beating it up like you see people on like eBay and Craigslist with their old custom relics. So they buy a Mexi Strat for $300 off a Guitar Center used, and then they beat the piss out of it, and then they're like, custom relic, $600. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. That is like insane. And yet I see it.
The only guitar I saw that was relic that I considered buying and I didn't there's a couple of guys out there, the Headhunter guitars, the George Lynch guitars. Yeah. They buy LTDs and they carve out like the skulls in the wood to make it look like a Headhunter. That's pretty cool.
Right.
But for $600, you're still buying a $200 LTD.
See you, Frank.
Yeah.
So, it's a it's just an odd thing where people had this big gold rush to like create relics, and I mean, who's buying them? And people just felt they had this like cottage industry where they would, buy like used guitars and beat them up and then sell them as like more damaged used guitars. But the relic job wasn't even that good. In fact, I started saving some relic pictures to do a video on like just horrible relic jobs where they just ground down all the paint, like right up to the pick guard. It's like, whose guitar ever wears out like that? I mean, even Stevie Ray Vaughan's and what's his name there, John Mayer, even their guitars had a lot more paint on them than what this guy did. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, to me, it just felt like they ruined the guitar.
Mm-hmm. So someone asked me, do I think Tony Iommi played or worked on the new version of a Signature? It's interesting because his other one, the 2006 Iommi Epiphone, he didn't even advertise that guitar. So it had his signature on it, but it had some like young rock and roll dude holding the guitar. And this one he's actually advertising, and this one he's holding in the ads and all that. The other one he wasn't. So you want to believe he had, some say in it, but I don't think he had much say in the first one.
Really?
I don't know what went wrong with the first one.
Well, I think that the problem with the first one is that the crosses weren't like his crosses.
Correct.
Right? They were smaller and square, and I think his crosses were larger and had like a rounded look to them. Not rounded, but like a curved look.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And that was the whole point of why would it be a signature guitar? It's like the Zach Wild signature looks like Zach Wild. Why would he come out with an Epiphone that didn't look like? I still have it. I mean, I still like the guitar. It looks cool. It's all black chrome pickups, black pick guards. I like the guitar, but clearly isn't. I don't think he had a hand in the first one. But the second one looks just like it should look.
Yeah. Yeah.
$800.
So we got to do
Dude, we need a little War Pigs, I think.
Oh, people are asking us to jam, but they don't realize the technical difficulties in jamming.
So I'm on a Logitech cam. It's gonna sound so bad.
Right. There's a company out there that I don't know if they reached out to you, but they're like an online jamming. They're like, we're an online musician and jamming community. We'd love to have you like a part of it. And I was like, oh no.
What company was that?
I forget the name of it, but it.
Because I had a company reach out to me. I won't mention them because just for
Yeah.
Well, maybe I will mention them. You tell me if you want me to tell you who they are. But they're a collection website. And
they reached out to me too.
Okay.
I sort of turned them down.
Yeah, same here. I was like, I always try to see if there's like a legitimate fit. And I'm like, I have a guitar collection. I could upload some pictures. And they're like, great, here's a contract. I'm like, I don't sign contracts. And they're like, why not? And I'm like, I have, 1,800 videos. I've been doing this since 2008. I've never had to sign a contract to tell somebody I think something's cool. So after I told them
did they want to pay you a flat rate, or did they want you to go by how many subscriptions you flowed to them?
Let me think.
Because that's what they wanted from me. They wanted me to, and I said, I'm not investing in your company.
Yeah.
What if your people go there and they're like, this sucks, and they like, I said, that has nothing to do with me. It's like, I've done my job. I mentioned your company, so you're gonna have to pay me a flat rate. And they sort of balked, and I was like, we'll see ya.
Yeah, I had mentioned to them that it's basically advertising, and I sell advertising, and they're like, okay, that's fine. We respect that. Here's a contract, and we'll pay you at the end. I'm like,
no.
And dude, we're talking like $100. I mean, we're not talking.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Right, it was very, very little money.
Greater than like $100.
Yeah, exactly. And they balked, and I said, well, there you go. They're like, we want to pay you like $2 for every or 50 cents for every person who signs up, and like 50 cents for every collection they upload. I was like, oh, please.
Yeah,
I'll have 500 people show up, and you'll send me, your 50 cents and tell me that's all. It's like I can't account for it. It's like, no, I'm not doing that.
The problem is if it was a little bit cooler and a little bit more, because I actually told them, I said I have a vast collection. I could, be kind of cool to upload and share, that collection.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do it. You know why?
Why is that?
For the same reason a lot of people don't share their collection. They're worried about security.
Well, I meant it more like I wouldn't have taken the whole collection, just like a little page with here's some guitars.
Right.
As a means to demonstrate the site. If they were smart, they would have been like, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Done. They were like, dude, they sent me literally like a 4-page contract. I'm like, do you not realize, first of all, a contract has legal verbiage, and a lawyer is going to take me more than $100 to read. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. People saying I'm still low volume. Hold on a second here.
So while you're sorting out your volume, somebody
check.
asked me if I saw Cameron Cooper's
check.
YouTube channel. I'm looking at it now.
Oh.
Very cool.
All right, Michael. Thanks for stopping by, bud. See, now I can hear more background. I can hear like I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear like my condenser draining.
I hear you. I don't hear that.
You don't hear that?
No.
All right, maybe it's too far away. They're saying just voice, not guitar.
I hear everything.
Nice.
So the Marshall behind my head is a hand-wired 50-watt 1987X.
Nice. Wow, that's nice. You ever play the 5 watt?
I owned it and I sold it.
Did you really? You owned it and sold it, didn't care for it, huh?
You know, those are one-trick pony amps. You know, any amp that you turn to 10 gets kind of flubby. 7 is probably the magical number to get it where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And that amp had no attenuator. I think the combo did. No attenuator. It had no effects loop, so it was just dry as could be.
Right.
Because even that has an effects loop. If you want to put just a little bit of delay just to enrich it. I was watching your video. You did the TH3 sounds, and you showed what it sounded dry, and then you added the reverb and delay. See, I watched your video. And when it went dry, it was like, you know, you kind of like you felt like you needed to grasp for air, right?
Oh yeah, it's like an ice pick to the forehead.
Yeah. So, and that's the problem with amps like the Class 5. It's a great amp, but it doesn't give you a lot of flexibility. Like to use that properly, you'd have to put that in attenuator, do a line out to another power amp that you could add some like effects, and by that time, you know.
Well, you know what I would do is I would run it into my 2 notes reload box.
Okay.
Is a resistive thing, and then I would run it into like either the wall of sound for a cab, or I'd run it into like TH2 or PV Revalver, and I would use that as my cab and my effects, and I would only use that as really the amp sound.
Okay.
You know, and you know that would work, but yeah, that's an expensive preamp. You know, it's like if you're not using it as an amp, but just as like a straight up preamp.
You use the 2 notes a lot. I was looking at that the other day.
You know, I've been using it. It sat on a shelf literally for 6 months, and I was like, I have got to get that. You know what? We were going to do a big electricity project down here, and I kept putting it off and saying, you know what? Just get the electricity straightened out down here, and we didn't do it. We had mission creep on it like you can't believe. It went from a $1,000 project to a $10,000 project, and we wound up just giving up. And so we wound up. I had an extra. I have a nice box over here. The one I have the Viper plugged into. This is actually pretty good electricity. This is probably the most conditioned line in the whole downstairs, and I just ran an extension cord over.
Gotcha.
Line. You know, I bought a nice brand new heavy duty, fairly short extension cord, and I've just been using that. And and not that I was really getting any, any whine or any problem like that. It's just that I have so many devices, and that's a big resistive. It's very heavy, and that's being because it has a large heat sink in it. But I just felt like it needed more power than to be run like on a 5th strip, in a chain. I mean, I have so many things down here, and most of them are fairly low power.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They don't really take a lot of juice. But the amp head and that unit does take a little bit of juice,
So the 2 notes feeds USB, so it takes the signal, converts it to USB into your whatever you want on your computer.
Yeah, so basically they make 3 units. They make the live, the studio, and the reload. So the Torpedo Live and the Torpedo Studio, it has the head, resistive, it's actually reactive, not resistive, reactive load, acceptance, like right out of the back of the head, right out of the speaker out. And if it's the live or if it's the studio, the cabs are built into the unit in the hardware. If it's the reload, the cabs are done through your computer.
Okay.
So that's really the difference. Almost everyone I know tends to use the live by using the external software any way to control it. They rarely sit there and just like peg through the front panel on it and load cabs that way. It's too much of a hassle.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can control it through the software, through that like editing software, and it works really well. The difference is that, you know, the studio is like a couple of grand, but the reload is like one of the cheapest ones. It's like $7.99 or $8.99.
Gotcha.
That's the one I wound up getting. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just bought a couple of these. I'll show you real quick.
They're talking about the cardboard Strat there. Did you see the cardboard Strat?
No, what's that?
A company that does cardboard. They're a corrugated cardboard company. They've made surfboards and skateboards and all this crap out of corrugated cardboard. They decided to make a Strat, and they went over to Fender Custom Shop, and they made a Fender Custom Shop Strat.
Wow. Out of cardboard.
Out of cardboard. But if you look closely, it looks like cardboard and resin. I think they coated it in a resin stiffener to stiffen up that cardboard. You know what I'm saying?
I saw on YouTube some guy made a bicycle out of paper. You ever see that?
No.
Yeah.
But that sounds like something this company would do. They were making like all kinds of stuff out of cardboard.
So I bought this thing. This was on, I paid $129 for this.
What is that?
It's an attenuator.
Oh, nice.
And the cool thing about this is it's got all the connections. So it doesn't matter if it's 4, 8, or 16 ohm. Like I like THD hot plates, but you have to buy a 4, 8, or 16 ohm. This one, it doesn't matter. You could do speaker out, which goes to your cabinet, a line out, which would like feed like another power amp. Well, you could do a mic sim, which would go, I guess that's kind of, you would do that to, let's say, my Focusrite to get to software, you know, something like that. But this is pretty good. It's actually
yeah. If it's a mic sim out, then it probably has a little bit of a cab sim built into it. In other words, that might go just straight to the mixer.
Yes, I think that's what that's designed to do. Yeah. And it's pretty cool inside.
I just heard from Robert. Mason woke up.
Yeah, he had texted me as well.
Yeah, so he's a little tired. I've been there, bro.
You want me to pop it open? You want to see inside of this?
Sure.
Let me pop it open real quick. You know, it's funny because it's gotten. I think it's pretty good. The reviews are like every review. They're a little here and a little there.
True Shack's taking off. See you, buddy.
True Shack, later on, man.
So I think the cool thing about the 2-notes is that it's instead of resistive, it's reactive. And the great thing is that when you plug in your when you plug in your amp, no matter what volume, except for super low, but once you get past like 1 on the volume, no matter what you turn it to, it's always the same coming out of the back of the 2-notes box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude,
so basically, the gain and the
profile.
volume work as tone knobs, right? Because you can turn the main volume way up and get that extra tone out of the tube amps, out of the power tubes. But the output volume out of the thing remains constant.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. So you're just sitting there, putting knobs. But I think with resistive, you hear the volume change.
Yes.
Right. And you have to change accordingly. Reactive, the volume comes out the same volume no matter what you put in. There is no volume knob on it.
I just stripped the screw, by the way, so it's not coming apart.
Uh-oh. Left loose.
Yeah.
Right tight.
No, I was doing lefty loosey righty tighty, but it didn't want to unscrew. It just wanted to strip. So.
Oh man, I hate that.
You know, I don't want to beat up any imported stuff, but I noticed the imported screws strip so easily. I don't know what it must use like.
Rock Riat has got to go. Yeah, we got I've been going now 2.5 hours, so.
I usually
my poor audience, they're like, what?
But you can see it. I don't know if you can see inside. Those are resistors.
Yeah.
I gotta check out the 2-note stuff though.
I tell you, it's built like a tank, and I was showing it to a friend of mine, and it has like this great like grill etched in, cut out of the front, and the it's cut so precisely. A friend of mine's like, "Oh, that's water jet all day long." You know what I'm saying? Like you ever see the water jets that can cut through steel?
Yeah, yeah.
Because the water, so he's like, "That is so beautiful." He goes, "That is like unbelievable." So
Nice.
he was marveling. He's like, "This is really well made. What a tank."
Someone's asking about the Mesa Mark V. I played a Mesa Mark V one time, and it was okay. I actually like the older stuff better, to be honest with you, the Mark III and the Mark IV stuff. The Mark V to me just sounded a little, I don't know, not like the Mark III, the Mark IV.
Yeah, yeah. A buddy of mine bought a Mark IV when it first came out, and let me tell you, he dropped a lot of money on that amp.
Hmm.
And I mean, it was nice, but I almost felt like the distortion, the clean was incredible,
Yeah,
and the crunch was really good too. But I almost felt like the distortion was almost like too much. But it could have just been the way he had it set up. But
yeah,
boy, it was over the top.
yeah. And Mark V is even, I feel like more, Mesa refined that chug, like that percussive. And it's funny, the Mark III wasn't very percussive. So they, ever since the rectifier, I feel like they've been refining that part of their lineup. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have a like as a matter of fact, on the vintage sound on the rectifiers are my favorite sound because it's less percussive. It's a little more saggy, but it's just so sweet sounding.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think that that it's funny because when I go through the TH3 patches, it feels like almost every single one of the quote unquote metal patches are so bright,
Hmm.
and I was like, why are all these patches so bright? Then I remember everyone's detuning. It's to sort of compensate for the drop C, and I was like, oh right, the drop C.
It's funny you mentioned that because I was playing the Randall Thrasher in one of my videos, and the Randall Thrasher was designed for drop tuning, and I did standard tuning, and it wasn't sounding the way it should have been sounding. And
Right.
you're right, a lot of companies today are making things for. That's why I like the older stuff. If you play six string electric guitar, sometimes the older stuff is better.
Right. So, is there any opinions on SGs, TK, or picks? I don't think I've ever owned an SG, but I've played a few. I
I
like
own the
them.
Angus Young SG, which is a nice guitar, beautiful guitar. That was when Guitar Center was blowing them out.
With the lightning bolt inlays.
Beautiful guitar.
Yeah,
And then I own my Epiphone Iommi, which isn't a great guitar, but I still kind of like it. You know.
yeah, yeah. I think a buddy of mine had the custom, which is the ebony with the block inlay and the white. It's really like that 62 Les Paul, 63 something. You know what I'm saying? That like really custom, really nice. That was a beautiful guitar, three pickup.
Yes. Yep.
It was gorgeous, but very
Hmm.
expensive. Another buddy of mine owned like a very special like anniversary SG that
Hmm.
may have been like one of the greatest SGs ever made. And he sent me a pic of it, and I was like, "That is incredible." And he wound up selling it. He's all bummed. He's been trying to find one, but they've been really hard to find. It was
Hmm.
something like the 25th or the 30th anniversary SG,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
boy, it was not. I gotta say, it was gorgeous.
Hmm. You know whose Gibson I really, really like is Robert Baker's
See you, LD.
KM,
Robert Baker's which one?
his Les Paul that he's been playing recently. What a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, yeah. There's a nice Les Paul up on Guitar Center right now for short money, but all these Xbox One Elites are killing me.
I think the big gift this year are those Swagway mini scooter things.
Oh, really? That's the
Yeah,
big thing?
Yep.
You know, we're
What's a transparent pickup cover?
it's clear, so you can see the windings and the magnet underneath it.
I never saw one. I never
I
even
know,
heard.
isn't that cool? I want one. I
They
think
make
that
them? Who makes them?
I don't know. Cameron was mentioning it earlier. Oh, he's mentioning it now.
Yeah, that's where I got it from the comments.
Cameron, it's got to be like what 2 a.m. where you are. We're going 2.5 hours. It's gonna be like 2:30 in the morning, bro.
Yeah, mini scooters are. Well, are they illegal to ride in New York City, or are they illegal to own in New York City? I think you can't ride it in the city, like on the city sidewalks. But you can't ride bicycles either. You know what I mean?
Right. In Massachusetts, I think anything under 50 cc's is wide open. 49 cc's or less, and that's why they're all built at 49 cc's.
Okay, so illegal to ride in the street. Wow. Well, I guess you take it to a park or something like that.
Yeah,
Mini
that's
scooters
crazy.
and big gulps.
Well, we had a lot of deaths around here because they were really tiny, and people were riding them around. They're getting hit by cars.
What
And
were they riding?
it was a 49 cc like little. It's almost like a little mini scooter. It looked like a mini version of like a Kawasaki. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
street, like top, like racing bike, or it would look like a like a Yamaha racing bike, not a dirt bike, but like their street racing bike. It'd be like a little mini version of that, and they'd get clobbered by cars.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a few, and then town after town was talking about banning them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, those hoverboards though, or
That looks like a hospital visit in the works.
yeah.
You wouldn't see me on a hoverboard.
John Erickson saying hoverboards. I thought this was a guitar.
That's why I'm playing guitar now.
When did you get that guitar? When did you get that one?
This one?
Yeah,
That's
that's
When
nice.
did I get this one? I got this one a few months ago. When was this, guys? Was this in August?
So Pixie, has your guitar collection grown since you've been on YouTube?
Yes, and I blame you.
Me?
You raised the bar for the rest of us. Kept showing up with all different guitars. I was like, I can't show up with the same guitar twice. It's like wearing the same outfit to a party 2 years in a row.
You, you know, when you make that Google AdSense money, you're like, it makes it a little easier,
Yeah,
But
you know.
yeah, I've slowed down. I haven't bought much recently.
Yeah, I've been slowing down too, though. The Ingve was on my radar recently, and PRS 513 was on my radar just because it was so cheap. I mean,
How much?
they
How much?
like $1,450 for a guitar that sells new for $3,500 and used for $2,500.
I
They wanted
heard-
like
yeah, I heard-
$1,400, $1,450.
Wow.
It was cool. It had a 10 top.
Wow.
It was gorgeous.
You didn't snag that?
Well, I got the Xbox Elite. Gotta make hard choices.
I know. This is a tough time of year, man. It's a tough time of year.
I know. People want us to jam, but they don't realize that the technology just isn't there yet.
Yeah, this is this is gonna sound so bad coming on the lot. Like I don't have the audio interface or anything hooked up. It'll sound horrible. But I'm actually gonna, because my kids are still awake. This is early. I usually do my webcast like after midnight till 2 a.m.
Yeah, we should probably actually wrap this up. It's 9:43. I have been going since 7 p.m. I've been going for 2 hours and 43 minutes. That's a marathon.
That is a marathon.
That is a marathon. So why don't people, if you want to stick around, TK, and we'll close this out.
Sure.
Let's see here. Why don't people tell me where they're from, and we'll We'll try and put them out there. You can pick a couple up if you see one, TK.
And this is a sweet pea, a Snapple
I know. I'm
sweet
gonna
pea.
roll. All right. So flip sides. Where are you from? Denver. He's already New Jersey, Toronto. Here we go.
Larry Wright, New Jersey.
Miami, South Wales, UK. Glover, Vermont. Lowell, Oregon. Portland, Oregon. They're going too fast.
Malaysia. Wow.
Fort Wayne, Kentucky, Malaysia, Connecticut, Warsaw, Wisconsin, Western Australia, Bavaria, Germany. 3:44 a.m. Dude, thank you so much for staying up. Scotland, North Dakota, Spokane, Pottsville, Georgia, San Diego. Cam Cooper from Manchester. They're going too fast. Malaysia, Chirac, Earth.
You have to go through 142 of them.
Luxembourg, Connecticut, and Oregon, and Ireland, and
Why don't you just thank them by the continent?
yeah. Look at this.
Crazy, right?
Marion, Illinois, Nebraska, upstate New York, North Dakota, Atlanta, Chirac, Aurora, Phoenix, Glasgow. Oh man.
Hey, Pixie, thanks for having me on here, man. It's
yeah.
always nice to hang out. And this past week was tough, man. I'm sorry we didn't have a chance to catch up.
Yeah, I'll be around. Just I know you get busy, so I don't want to bother.
Maybe
you.
tomorrow we'll catch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll text you sometime during the day tomorrow.
Absolutely. Sao
Catch up.
Paulo, Milky Way, Man Cave, Revere, Glasgow, Dayton, Illinois, North Pole, the Moon, Cleveland. Hello, Cleveland. Luxembourg. All right. Thanks for coming, Tone King.
Thank you.
I'm just reading what one of the guys commented.
Oh, okay.
Communist state. But I do, also from me. Forest Hills, New York, Burville, Rhode Island, East Dakota, Hooterville, as always. Iceland. Wow, you're up late too.
Robert Baker's in Iceland. Wow.
Yeah, that's a haul.
Oh, what is that verified thing, by the way?
It basically means that YouTube verifies that you are you. And I tell you, I'm pretty jealous, bro.
But how do you? I didn't.
You
like
don't get it. It's just bestowed on you by the graces. Let's
Wow.
see. We had Illinois, East Dakota.
Did you do any
Rikers Island,
research?
North
Were there any
Carolina.
tricks to getting it done?
No, there's no rhyme or reason. Some people with 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers will still get them.
Really? You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. You don't belong to a network, do you?
No.
Me neither. When I first applied for YouTube to be a YouTube partner, this is going back 2008, I was declined like 3 times. And you could only apply like 3 months later. It took me like almost a year to get approved for a YouTube partner.
Wow.
I think today maybe it's a little easier.
It's a lot easier, I think.
But and they wouldn't tell you. They're like, it didn't meet the criteria. I'm like, what's the criteria? And they wouldn't tell you. It's like a big secret.
Right. Yeah, no one knows what the criteria is for this, but, they do it. But all right, let me just close this out right now. All right, dudes. Hold on. You stay there.
I'm staying here.
All right, dudes. Thanks so much for stopping by. And as always, rock on.